Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we're doing another episode in our legendary Von Karstein campaign for Total War Warhammer. I'm the strategy professor, Isabella, of course, and we're using the Steel Faith Overhaul mod, which I am really coming to like more and more. It is a little disorienting how they keep changing around where the Terror guys are. I talked about this in the last episode. But I do like that they're involved and actively like trying to update and balance it basically on a daily basis. So I think that's really cool. I want to follow these people, these developers. They seem very engaged with trying to make this the greatest game that they possibly can. They're adding new units, they're rebalancing stuff, shuffling them around. I think the gameplay experience so far is probably better than vanilla. The vampires are a little strong early, but as I explained throughout the early campaign, I kind of like that it's a nice reward because I had to take a huge risk to get this early on. If I didn't get the capital early, then I would not have had nearly as many vampires, and it's quite probable that I would be much, much, much further behind in the campaign. So I like that if you take a huge risk and try to assault the undead capital early, then you get that reward with Isabella. This is a perk for Isabella. She doesn't have really anything else going for her other than vampires, right? That's her whole thing. It's having the extra vampire power. So I think it's fine. It's, it is strong on the early side. But she doesn't get, like, extra stuff for Graveguard or any of these other things and she only has one legendary item. So, I think it's balanced out. She's very good early game if you get that vampire building and take that huge risk to take on Manfred early. So, I might still dial them back a little bit. They are very strong. They may have been that way in the base game. I don't remember. I didn't use the strategy in the base game because you can't get this many vampires early on.
I suppose.
But overall, it seems pretty good. Okay, now I don't need all of these vampires. I can go ahead and deploy one up here. Do this. Let me see. Who's one of the constructors? Rotep. Because then I can go up here, deploy, and then drop back over here and put some more growth in. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop over here. Deploy.
Beguile them. I thirst.
Is this guy taking away some of my growth or something? Look, one of them might be. I don't know. Whatever.
Join me.
Okay. So we should just be able to auto this, I think. Yeah, let's just make sure we get it.
Kill them.
Yeah, we're just auto it. It's fine. It might kill my dogs, which would be annoying. That's fine. And occupied.
Bring them death.
Sweet. Zuffbar. Vampire Corruption is nice. The public order plus research rate, though. That's so strong. Vampires have pretty good research stuff, at least early on, that you really need. That plus 2 recruit for vampires is good, but I already have a ton of vampires. Black, huh. Unit recruit experience. Plus 2 for Blood Knights is pretty good. Lords and Heroes embedding. Oh. Plus 10 leadership for a lot of vampires is really nice too. And the action cost is great. We want to start spamming, assassinate on enemy heroes, never lords. Because, you know, the reason that I don't do that is I think if you assassinate an enemy lord and then attack their army without a lord, it's just too much of an advantage. It just feels really sleazy. But knocking out the heroes is important so they don't sit there and spam you with annoying things. Now, that's obviously really powerful, too. We'll see. I think there are a lot of good things that I want, and eventually, you know, if I can get this... I don't know, that's... all that stuff's very expensive. Fargulf and Vargeist. I mean, that might be okay. But basically, there's a lot of good research stuff. Infuse the Hordes is good. This stuff is probably good. Crypt Horrors. This stuff is whatever. Like, you can rush this really early game, and it's alright, but... Upkeep for Graveguard is nice. I'm not sure how much I'm going to use Graveguard, though. I might, but I think I can just use, like, Vampires as my front line. So basically, I think we're going to go for this research rate. Which is pretty cool. And over here, upgrade. We've got Immortal Will. I don't even think I want these flying mounts, honestly. Expansionist is nice. That would let us... We're gonna have to break this up probably eventually to put like at least one vampire in each army so that we can use Restorer as we expand out. We're gonna have to break up the team, but each ward can get up to one additional vampire, which is nice. You can just get a ton of vampires. So the question is, do I rotate down to Expansionist or do I just continue on with this and get this to make me a better fighter? I mean, I feel like that's what I wanted to do, but I feel like I'm virtually unstoppable right now anyways, the vampires. I think maybe just going Expansionist, Restorer, or when we break up and go to different places. I don't know. As long as I have one Restorer and Expansionist with each army, right now I only need 2, then that's worth. So maybe I make these the combat ones that I send with Isabella. Okay. So Ratep will be one that I send. Let's see here. She didn't. Well, okay, she did. Okay, so she's my provider, or restorer for now. Influential. We need to get to Immortal Will. I'm gonna keep doing Impassion. So with her, we'll just go to Immortal Will, and then we'll come over here and get provider. Could eventually get Smoke and Mirrors too. I don't think speed is really a thing. The way I'm playing the vampires is just you hold them together. You just hold them with vampire, like a bunch of regeneration stuff, and then you just pound them. What else do we have here? She was already there. Let's go ahead and just get rid of some of these little clowns. What is he doing right now? Nothing hardly. Okay, so she assassinated last turn, so we can't do it this turn. Let's go ahead and just roll up here to scout, I think. Maybe I could...
Vlad von Karstein.
But what is this?
The
Oh.
Empire.
I don't even see him there.
Lord of the Night.
So we might go for Grand Peak here in a second. We have to decide what we want to do with this.
Speak.
I kind of want to come out here and just start grabbing this stuff. We are getting a little bit more cash. I think just get rid of this for now. and then get start this process of the Balefires. So expensive though. I don't know if I have money for that. I guess we already played that game before. I deleted it once, and I thought I had enough money, and I just don't. You just can't have enough money, really. That is important to upgrade. I mean, I could throw down another growth here. That, I mean, it does give public order. You can't really trade with people. Is that worth 3 public order? We do need to get these up to tier 3. I think we're just gonna... I'll just put a charnel pit there. Remember, we can always sell it later and get like 300 or 400 out of it if we need to. I think just spamming pits at level 1 is probably the place to be. That does increase recruitment capacity if I want to upgrade it to tier 2. Okay, so that's all good. Do we need to start getting 2 Vargulfs? I'm honestly not even sure if this is worth upgrading past tier 2 for the Vargulfs now. I mean, the Siege Attacker is nice. It saves 1 turn, but I don't know. How strong are they? They do have... So they are a single entity unit that's fairly cheap, 450 instead of... They have 8,000 health. Very low leadership, but I can fix that, I think. Sieger, they do cause terror. They obviously regenerate. Low-ish armor, but pretty good. They are very fast. Very high melee attack compared to Crypt Horrors. And they don't have poison. What's their physical resistance look like? 16. And so they have higher physical resistance. Much faster, cause terror. Less leadership, don't have poison. 35, 32. Yes, they have more melee attack and defense. They're resistant to vigor. They're not immune, but they're resistant. Cause horror. They are a little bit more expensive. I think they're probably worth. Siege Attacker is nice. I think maybe just like one or two per army, maybe. So that's a 6,000 gold investment to get to that town. Can I afford that? So we're gonna need 10,000 to upgrade Vampire Crypts and Necromancer Pit, whatever. So that's 20,000 plus 6. We're gonna need 26,000 to get the stuff that I want to get early on. And we only have 7 turns to be able to do that. We can wait on Necromancers, probably. How bad do I need that Vargulf? Not getting that much per turn. If we start sacking this, we'll get a little bit of cash, not a lot. Well, the vampire thing is not going to give me any real benefit outside of more vampires, which is a benefit. Don't get me wrong on that. That's definitely a benefit, but to really leverage this power spike, I mean, maybe getting Forbidden Library earlier is more important because then I can get the Terrorgeist. It's so expensive, but it's so good. I think it'll be so good. We'll see. Huge armor, physical resistance. So this gives me income, Winds of Magic, Power Reserve. Is that for everybody, faction-wide? Research faction-wide, infantry recruits. I assume that's only in the current region. Extra recruitment capacity. Terrorgeists almost certainly take 3 turns to build. They have to. And so only for 10,000 gold, basically I get that. This, I need 10,000 plus 6,000 for both of these buildings. So I need 16 to start getting Bargles. But it would give me one more vampire. Obviously I need this to get to the tier 5 with all that cool stuff, but... we gotta wait here for a rebellion with her. Okay, she's already moved. They've all moved. I'm just deciding what I want to build. If I want to start upgrading this or not. 10,000 cheaper. Terrorgeists are way more expensive per turn. How much armor? So these have 85 armor. It just looks so boss, and that would give me, I mean, I don't need a ton of extra necros, but the extra research is nice too. This just really doesn't give you anything except for one more vampire at this point. I think I'm just going to go ahead and just go for Forbidden Library to start with, honestly. What's the point getting the zombie dragon over the other stuff? Yeah, 25, 25 on the resists. Poison, 300. Oh, he doesn't have regen though. Forget it. Like, no. He is siege attacker. Yeah, I mean, what's... regeneration's a must. 40-20. That Terrorgeist Shriek is so good too. I really don't know why. Say 45, 56. This is better against like small units, I guess. But the regeneration is just so huge in that Shriek. This has way 285 piercing. 300 piercing. 100 armor versus 85 armor. I just... if it doesn't have regeneration, I just think it's a problem. It's a big problem. Some form of regeneration. Both cause terror. Yeah, I think I'm just going to wait on the terror guys, so I'm not going to upgrade my forest just yet. That will free me up with some money to work on these balefires also. Okay, I guess we're cool for now. Let's just go ahead and... did everybody move? Vlad, this guy hasn't moved. Go ahead and put him in Vlad's army, I guess, just to give him some experience. We're not deploying anything this turn. Okay, and then she's gonna move like over here, I guess, just to scout, see what they have. They're great scouting from what I remember. They have really good vision, and they move pretty fast.
His lady.
So with her, I was going for Uncanny Presence, but I might actually... Flying Horrors? I don't know. I think Lightning Strike's still important. There's a lot of good... as you can see, there's a lot of interesting strategic options, which is great. That's what you want in a good strategy game. Interesting. Vlad leveled up.
King of Darkness.
Nice, one more vampire. Easy choice. Oh, we do get one more point also. Armies. That's pretty good. I mean, Dark Pact is pretty crucial. Campaign movement range is huge, though. I think we're going to go ahead and go with this.
All shall know me and tremble.
Your wish, master. Zook right off! Now! Necropolis awaits.
Unstoppable. The world will be mine.
Really? Y'all legit think you have a chance against me. Okay, let's do it. I should have just... These should be zombies, and I just need to make hounds or something here. That's just too much on... Skeletons are pretty worthless unless you spec into them. Garbage tier units, you got your top tier units, and you got your flankers.
Vlad von Karstein.
Cryptors are doing pretty well, though. They're doing pretty well. They're the best of the stuff that I've seen so far. You know, I used to think that you always had to have a mount, or like that a ward was almost worthless if they didn't have a mount, but the thing is, mounts just open you up so much to spears also. Like flying wards on mounts are cool. I like that there is more tactical diversity and balance now, because especially in multiplayer, like flying wards were just so overpowered. You could just cycle charges on people, and you know, it just felt like wards that didn't have a flying ward option were at a severe disadvantage. But now there's greater tactical diversity because there's, you know, giving them the extra speed. The vampires, they might have overdone it on the speed a little bit, but just having them like make speed not as much of a thing. Like, yeah, you get a little bit faster, but not have it be like, you know, going from 35 speed to 70 speed. You know, that just almost forces your hand to get a mount. But having it go, you know, from 60 to 70, and then you get an extra charge bonus, yes, but you're also a little bit more vulnerable to spears, and so I think that's a more interesting tactical trade-off than what it used to be. I kind of hate fighting in the woods. It's really hard to see your units, even with the trees. The tree changes. Or just sacrifice the zombies. Let's get in here and tear these night goblins. They're hiding around here somewhere. Where are they going? There they are. Yeah, just have the zombies run at them. Who cares? I don't need that many hounds over there. These zombies just walk at him and chase him. It's fine.
On death's wings.
Yeah, I mean, the hounds are pretty good. The hounds are pretty good. Did these bats kill anything? Yeah, they did kill some stuff. A little bit of rundown. We want to run down as many things as we can. The horrors are just some pretty good frontliners, as long as they don't have a lot of spears. If they have spears, you're going to have to get probably some Grave Guard, which I will get at some point. But might as well go ahead and top them off. Okay, they all ran away. Oh, right here, right here. Get them. Are the hounds coming in? They're gonna take a little bit, but Jesus. Dude, I'd be so, like, freaked out by those things. Those things are very scary. Did they increase their model size? I don't know. That, that pretty accurately describes what I think of crypt horrors. Jesus. These 20-foot tall, like, just huge, super scary, freak nasty things. Ran them all down, murdered them all. I like it. God, the hounds got 200 something kills each. It's running down all the fleeing goblins. They just seem a lot more effective than bats. So that's one tactical goof that I had, was I was trying out the bats. Like I said, it looks appealing on paper. It's just in practice, it's just not. It's not, and it's probably due to hidden variables like their attack rate or something like that. But the hounds, however, are pretty good, and that 40% reduction is pretty good on them. So I should probably be using more hounds in the early game, especially. As all. Ooh, Talisman of Endurance. I feel like I want that on Isabella. Fort Oberstyre. Feel like we should be able to handle them. I can drop a ward in there, and we'll almost certainly be able to deal with them. I think I want to try going for this human stuff first for a little bit. At least this should be fairly easy to control. The moot's a bit harder because you have to go up to Workbad, and that's a lot of geography that you have to cover. But if I can start getting Balefires going in Workbad and Averheim, we can really start cranking up the Vampiric Corruption, especially once this stuff completes.
By Sigma, no.
I feel like I'm progressing about at the same rate as I did in the normal campaign. Maybe slightly faster, but I don't know. It feels about the same. In the normal campaign, I opted to go for the mountains early on because I thought they were much safer to hold, which is probably true. But the problem with that... that's so little. I have so much replenishment, it just doesn't matter. So like this stuff is easier to hold once you get it under control with the Vampiric Corruption, but you constantly get backdoored and you're so far out of the way with your army until you can start affording 3 armies that it's very difficult to reinforce. Whereas if you start taking this stuff, yes, it's more heavily contested, but your armies are closer. One thing that I thought made this harder at first when I started this campaign was you actually have real garrisons, so it's much harder to take the garrisons, but at the same time, it's much easier to defend with the garrisons. It's like, that's crazy. That's such a huge army for a garrison that it makes it very difficult for the enemies to backdoor and pick at me, which is fun, but because backdooring is really annoying. But that was one of the things that made the original vampire campaign so difficult, is that they constantly just harass you and just try to poke at your outlier towns. And I think that this actually makes that quite a bit easier if you're really aggressive and expand a lot like I do. Oh, we need to hire that vampire. I forgot to do that last turn. That's a fail. Okay, we gotta get Dark Pact. It's a new vampire. I don't think nothing else gives me ranks, I don't think. She doesn't give me ranks or anything. I don't think she does. Check, and I have so many modifiers. No extra ranks. Okay, so we should be good to go then to hire... Whoa, how do I not have... Oh, I started off with extras. Okay. Right? That's weird. Because wait, I get one from each ward. So I get one for each of them. Prime mover for sure to start with. And then I really don't need this magic early on. I guess I could just go for advisor. What else is useful? Magic drop chance, magic detection maybe. I mean, the magic stuff is good, but like I said, I'm just mostly going to use Nahek. I think just advisor. We're mostly just getting him for this and this, just so that I basically get like a cheaper version of a lodestone, or at least similar in cost. Am I building anything here? No. Do I need to build anything here? No. I don't need to build anything here. Not yet. Okay, so he's cool just to chill. I could go ahead and deploy him. And we might as well, just for the experience.
Who shall we destroy?
We don't need him in that army. Oh, well, I guess I can't deploy this turn. Oh, because I jumped in or something? I don't know, whatever. Okay, let's go back up here. And... to give a little bit more public order, I suppose. This feels slightly... I mean, the battles are a lot better. The battles are tougher, but the campaign management feels a bit easier with the garrisons. Alright, this guy's free, so...
Dance macabre.
Could pop her in there too.
Now.
Need to run over here and then deploy her for that quest.
Follow me. Countess of Sylvania.
I don't know if there'd be a way to change it, but like giving them the tough garrisons and then giving you a weak garrison, I feel like would be easier. Or like that would make it tougher. Like I want the hard stuff, you know. I want like XCOM Long War type of stuff here. Makes me want to play some XCOM. Wish I had time to play more games. I just spend too much time playing games for stuff that's on the channel already. I don't want to split my audience too much. People already, you know, have their favorite stuff that they want to see, and it's hard for me to keep up with everybody's taste. I mean, we're approaching 11,000 subs on the channel, and, you know, a lot of people really like the League of Legends, but everyone has their favorite support they want to see me play, or their favorite type of content. And then with Total War, everyone has their favorite factions. People want to see dwarves, people want to see humans, people want to see greenskins. It's just all these different things, and I can't do it all for everybody. And I mean, I'm the same way. When I watch a channel, I'm secretly hoping for, you know, my favorite stuff. But it's really hard to be a variety streamer, I think. So to be more like a Markiplier or a PewDiePie or Marbazier. I like Marbazier a lot. People who just play a bunch of different games. You kind of have to have like a niche typically and focus on that. But I mean, my theme of the channel is strategy, obviously. I wish that the Beastmen didn't suck as bad in the campaign typically. But if they're really good, they just like burn all the other factions, so maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Okay, well they ran away. They started to step up to us. We hired a lord. They're like, nope. So I could just dismiss him if I wanted to. He's not costing me that much per turn, is it? Like, he kind of is. Okay, so their main army is going home. I could bring him over here to defend Waldenhof. To help defend Waldenhof, and then I'm trying to think. I could upgrade this in order to get gates, and then change this out for a money building. I would slow down my growth a little bit, but only like one turn. This just uses 100 growth to upgrade that. And then that might be able to protect me from Ostermark. I kind of want to let Ostermark just go ahead and go home for a little bit. Because what I want to do, ultimately, is I can use Vlad to come over here and just start knocking out their stuff. Definitely interested in buying these wolves, and I could use Vlad just to come over here and knock all this out. I can't see their buildings. I have that much over there. This is starting to get a little bit better public order wise. I'm about to go to war with these people also. Oh, great power is much less too. It's only -12. It used to be like -20, I think, at this point. It goes to like -20, -40, -50, depending on your power ranking. Getting up to number 11. So it feels like they have streamlined, and I think I read something about making it more fair, the campaign map. I don't want it fair. I want it really hard. This is why I don't do a lot of these mods. Like, this is actually the best one that I've seen so far. But I don't do a lot of these. Like, I never did the, I can't remember the name of it. There's another one like this that was like an overhaul type of mod that was supposed to make it, like, more interesting or more challenging. Okay. Do I come over here and... I think I need to start just keep crushing stuff here and just keep moving with her for sure. So that's the easiest decision. The question is, do I hire any? Do I like raise dead or anything here? Wait, this is 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. Is raise dead global now? I thought it was dependent on your province. Famous battle site. 3629. 3128. I guess that's really weird that it's the exact same raised dead. Like, literally the exact same raised dead in different regions. That's pretty suspicious. Is it the same over here? No, it's not the same there. Okay, so it's just a coincidence that it happens to be the same thing. I guess this number, whatever that is, dictates... Number of casualties dictates the amount of stuff that you can raise. Count towards this total. Okay. I like the hounds. She has reduced cost too, because I have uncanny presence, which is nice. I like the hounds. I like the ghouls. Black Knights are kind of whatever. They don't have regen. I'd just rather have the hounds, frankly. They're just so much cheaper. They're like a quarter of the cost, and they do what I want them to do, which is clean up the back line, chase down fleeing units. Bats are okay, although I'm kind of disenchanted with them. They do have higher weapon strength, actually. But they just, for some reason, they just don't get it done like the hounds do. What am I even facing here? Let me...
This night.
This better be important.
Let's come over here and just take a little peek. See what we're working with here. Now, Overheim, what's that garrison look like? Pretty good garrison. That's going to be a tough one. I think we can do it. Let's...
Ever vigilant.
Can't quite see what they have here. Okay, let's go ahead. These are terrible in sieges. The cryptals are good, but... So I'm going to need, let's see, 1800. I'm going to get a little bit off of sieging and sacking that, but not a lot, most likely. We got 2 turns on that. It's going to cost me 10,000. I think I can afford to put hounds in here. They're so cheap to maintain. Zombies are super cheap. Holy crap, because of that uncanny presence. 75% off on zombies, I think. Right? Let's go ahead and raise these. Let me see that zombie cost. Is that... Okay, so cheaper skeleton warriors, upkeep, and cheaper zombies. I mean, zombies are basically free. That's a sweet skill, just for rounding out your army with garbage, which is what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I need that many zombies though. 19 a pop though is ridiculously free. Do they have any kind of cav? Yeah, they got a little cav. They have a couple of Empire Knights here. I'm not that worried about it, but we could just grab a couple of Knights maybe. And then... maybe just like one more ghoul. One ghoul and... I mean, that's so free though. 172, but... we don't really need... I don't know. I guess... we might as well. I mean, they're basically free. It's like 19 per turn upkeep on these with Uncanny Presence, so... and they... just such huge meat shields. I think we can just do it. This army, like, a 20 stack for 3,500 that has this many, like, tough things is pretty good. Physical resistance, probably better than Talisman of Endurance. Yeah, because they're not going to be using a lot of magic on me at this point in the game, I don't think.
I will alone.
we'll hold off on this for now. We'll see how this campaign over here goes.
Speak.
Could trade with them. Our relations are improving because we attacked the Bloody Spears, but who? Kadreen, Ostermark. I see if Ostermark will do some business with us here.
I will listen, but my time is short.
Now I might get attacked from the north. Let's see if we can at least get 500. High means they'll pay you something, typically, unless they changed around the diplomacy in this quite a bit. Okay.
You need me.
Oh crap, I need to get rid of one of these zombies. I forgot. I need to put her in the... I want to put her in there to get some experience. Let's go ahead and get rid of one of these then. That was a little goof.
Bring them death.
We're going to encircle... How does it think this is going to be anywhere close?
No mercy.
Alright, then we're going to put the Banshee in there and get her some experience.
Kill them.
I mean, we could auto it. It's going to kill a lot of our zombies and stuff if we do that, though. Really don't want to have to fight through all this. Let's just see how much it kills. I killed hounds. Yeah, I just can't auto-resolve. I want to be able to auto-resolve some things, but we would do far, far better than that if we just manually fought it. It's gross. It's a waste of money. Just occupy it.
Annihilate them.
So we're gonna regen our stuff. I should put one vampire with, nice. Harsh but fair, mainly harsh. She's getting some bad traits lately. What? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Got favored though. I guess those cancel each other out. The growth and recruitment cost is nice, but we're not going to need a lot of growth. I mean, growth is good, but lightning strike is good too. Marble. Doesn't a normal ward... I feel like normal ward stuff is stronger. Walking Dead. Okay, it's only Crypt Horrors and Graveguard. Yeah, that's Vargeist and Terrorgeist. Okay, so there's nothing for Vargulfs in here except for with her. Dread Knights. Corsairs.
Queen of darkness.
I feel like Guile and Glamour, just for boosting up the corruption in a newly conquered area, might be worth a little bit better. A little bit more worth. What is the corruption right now with all of them sitting here? 16. So that would take it, that'd be like 50% more corruption. Which would help me transition and move on to other things faster. Especially if with the vampires, with some of them, I get influential. Two, four. Wait, what? Oh, 2, 3, 4. We'll see. Okay, so with this, got the hunger. Here's that. Them. I mean, the fighting is okay. They're just pretty garbage at fighting to begin with. There's primarily, like I said, just sort of terror bomb. Like, their big thing is assassinating other heroes, scouting, that type of stuff. Inspector. Actually, that's really nice. The infiltrator, cracking the walls, pretty good. Actually, I mean, the vampires are so good at just climbing walls and killing people that, because they have so many like heroes, the vampires themselves, that actually don't need to crack walls. With something like savage orcs, you really, really need to crack those walls because they suck unless they have a charge bonus, and they're not as good and bogged down, you know, like really long melee combat fights. So you need to knock out those walls. Okay, so I can either go for growth in a new population, which is alright, you know, but we don't need to level up a lot of places. She's not going to be sitting in places for growth a lot of times. I think just Guile and Glamour just to get that corruption going faster. So we can get the public order under control and just keep moving. This guy, so we're at war with Talbot now. So there's a, in theory, they could come at me right now over here. I could hire some stuff, but not a ton.
More sleep shines. This better be important. Suits my call.
Can hire a little crew of dogs here to help. Well, I mean, really, he just has to sit in one of these places, probably. Dogs would help, because we don't have a lot of flanking units. This is a good front line to defend if, like, Talbot Clan comes down here, but I think just having, like, a little crew of, like, I don't know, 5 dogs or something would help out. I can raise dead to pull in some more stuff if I need to.
Descendant of
Okay. That looks all good. I do with him.
Darkness.
The Empire.
This army's not that scary. I could go ahead and position just to get this next turn.
Von Garstein.
That's gonna sort of reveal my intentions if I do that, but how far do I have to be to raid? 50%.
The world will drown in blood.
That does not give me global recruitment. The Greenskins have global recruitment. I'm getting a little dicey to go for this, a little bold to attack on 2 fronts at once when I haven't stabilized the public order here yet. But I might be able to rotate him over for to deal with this rebellion. Or I could just take this, just start the vampiric corruption train, and then just keep farming both of these rebellions. Then it might be worth his time to sit here, because you can just kill a rebellion, kill a rebellion, kill a rebellion, kill a rebellion, just level him up while we start gaining corruption. It's gonna make them mad, which I'm worried about if I declare war on them, but I think I can defend this with just like a couple of hounds here. Okay, I think that's good. Let me see. That's fine. Rock trap. Oh, I need to deploy her here.
My thralls will
And that should get me going on that quest.
Yes.
Okay, he came out. He wants it. What are they? I hope they didn't assassinate something. Hopefully they just like sacked some damaged buildings or something. Anytime you see that little like sparkle, it means they were successful with something, I think, typically. It means something happened. Empire provinces. 2 armies or garrisons. Okay. Nice. So they assaulted my garrison and damaged buildings. Whatever. So they ran out here and then they ran back. Are they trying to bait me?
Isabella von Karstein. I hunt.
I'm gonna drop one of these out over here just so I can kind of get a better picture. Make sure I'm not walking into a trap. Very, very important. I learned this in some of my campaigns. If you have a hero in your army, and it makes sense, especially one that has really good vision, usually there's at least one hero per faction that has superior vision, and the Banshees have really, really good visions. They see quite far on the campaign map compared to something like vampires or necromancers. So I can see there's no other army, so it was just really weird why he went here and then dashed back. Other than if he was trying to bait me into something.
Join me for dinner.
We can go fight him right now, and I'm pretty sure we'd win. He might think he's going to win, so he might fight me. Empire Knights are a little problematic, but these actually get a pretty good bonus against large. 16, and I think we can beat him.
What?
If they run here, it's a little harder. It's a lot harder. I don't know if I can beat that open field. That's a lot of stuff. Who is this? Sigmarite Disciples. That must be a new, what do they do? Oh, wow. They give everybody 10% physical resistance and immune to psych. That's pretty good. How many are in a stack? They have 25 armor piercing? Those guys are pretty hardcore. They have magic attacks too, so that means they're going to cut through physical resistance. Those guys are pretty dangerous. This makes me want to play all the other factions with this mod, because they're adding in all these new units and cool stuff. I beat them straight up. I mean, I have a heck of a force here with the Vampire Squad. But that's definitely pushing the envelope.
You need me?
I think they might just straight fight me if I attack them here. If they don't fight me, then I can decide from there. I can maybe run back. He leveled up. We definitely want Children of the Night immediately. Level 2, so we get an extra vampire.
Queen of Darkness.
I think we can beat them. I mean, the only thing that's scary here are these knights, and I think we can beat them. I mean, they didn't change that much about them. We've got bigger charge bonus. A lot more armor.
Countess of Sylvania.
I think we can beat them straight up.
Shed their blood.
No, they're gonna run.
My
Okay.
crimes.
So this makes it a little more interesting.
Sigma for business.
Because if I had lightning strike, I could strike them down without the town helping. Which that's why lightning strike is so huge as the game progresses. Could just dash back over to the moot and chill for a little bit. Or I could dash down into Grinstadt if I was really feeling spicy, but they're gonna come over here and take this, so I do that. Do I really care if they take it though, honestly? I'd probably rather just have Grinstadt. It looks tasty. That's gonna be a huge sack.
Isabella von Karstein.
They don't have an army that can really stop me down there. Maybe that's what I do. I just say, you know what, if you want to come at me, just come get it. Yeah, cancel the construction of that. I just trade. I sack your tier 3 town, you get to sack my tier 1 town. I'm going to take some attrition for that, but I think that'll be alright.
It is night.
Now my units are going to be tired if they decide to come over here and attack me next turn, but they have some stuff. They have some great swords. They might be able to dash to get into this town. That would be an interesting move by them. So I'm going to go ahead and anticipate that they might do that and just come over here. Then I can encircle and bring her in to help next turn, if that's what they do. If they decide to dash down here and support this. I think we can beat that. Those are actually quite a bit stronger. Their weapon damage is much higher than it used to be. I don't know how many are in a stack now. Yeah, their melee attack and weapons are much higher than they used to be. They don't have a bonus versus infantry, though, now. Which is kind of weird to me. That was their whole thing, is they were your anti-infantry. They're probably the best infantry on infantry unit in the game in vanilla. They nerfed them a couple of times, but...
Vlad von Karstein.
Okay, so they ran.
By the comet.
Yes. Very well.
The nation calls.
I could wait one more turn for Ostermark to get even further out and then just attack next turn and just wait. I kind of want to play free safety here just in case they try to go for Fort Oberstyre or something.
All shall know me and tremble.
How long do we have? A couple of turns. Gonna need money for Brazier soon. Gonna need money for Necromancer Tower soon. And of course we could build the Vampire Crypt right now, but remember we're going Necromancer first.
His lady.
I will not betray you.
Alright, let's go ahead and deploy him.
I'll remake Van Hell's spell.
Okay, I think we wait one more turn for Ostermark to get another turn away from us. They're probably going up here to defend their homeland against something that's attacking them, I would imagine, so. We could buy a couple more dogs if we want to. I'm okay with that. Alright.
On thy knees.
Now we are going to be a little bit out of
Shall I
position,
hear thine words?
potentially if Overland really comes at us hard with their stuff, but I think the dog pack can deal with them. Okay, so they're choosing to come down here. Are they going to dash into Grinstock? Yes. Okay, so that was probably their best move, and that's what I kind of thought they were going to do. That's going to make it pretty hard. Okay, they are coming back to us now. If they can read the writing on the wall, that we're probably going to attack that. Okay, sweet. We finished Balefire Rituals. Income would be really nice, but this is key. I think this used to be 2 spread. I'm almost positive. It used to be 2 spread. Maybe it's always just been 1. Either way, we need that. We need Balefire here. I mean, we're starting to stabilize. -4 is not, like, that hardcore. We're only trending towards 55, though. Play Osmosis. How is their Chaos Osmosis? Do they have... I don't see, like, Varg or anything having any territories. Okay, whatever. Interesting. What do they have?
Praise Sigma.
4 units.
Join me for dinner. Excellent.
So they are dinged up a little bit from the attrition. Okay, so they have... on the flip side, I could just go siege Aberheim right now. And then if they attack me... I'm pretty sure they would not get the garrison's help on the outside. Maybe they would. Maybe I'm misremembering that. No, they would. It's if you siege them and then... excuse me. And then attack something on the outside, then the garrison doesn't get to help. Okay, this is an easier garrison than Averheim's, though. I think. They're tired. Oh, I didn't realize that March Stance added upkeep. Does it do that with everybody?
Isabella von Karstein.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Ooh, I didn't know that either. Channeling gives you replenishment and that. Okay. I didn't know that. That gives you Winds of Magic, replenishment, and Vampiric Corruption to a territory. That's actually pretty good. So I could pull in...
Descendant of Batovi, Queen of Darkness.
I want some more dogs. Yes. Let's raise those, and we can get rid of like 1 zombie pack.
Bow.
As you can tell, we're gonna go for it this turn. It's kind of scary. They've got 14, 21, like 28 units or something. But I don't see that many things that are that troublesome other than great swords. Great swords are gonna be tough. But I can probably just like tie them up with zombies for a while. I'm hoping. Notice I don't sound super confident in that, but nothing else I don't believe is going to pose a problem. We could knock out that Lord pretty quickly. They have a captain. Yeah, they do have an Empire captain here. Knock him out pretty quickly. Anything that's ranged or like these little dinky swordsmen. Wow, those actually have a lot more armor than they used to. 42. They used to have like 15, I think. Unless you upgraded them to 30. So that's actually, those are a lot stronger than they used to be army-wise. Or armor-wise.
By Sigma, no!
We'll try it though. We have 2 horror-causing units. Just the vampires are obviously super strong. Now they are dinged up, but let's do it.
Death and destruction.
Oh, they have it. It's walled? Actually, that does play into our favor a little bit. These are very good in sieges, but that will neutralize their cav pretty hardcore. Like, sieges are good for us because that gives me more time, like, to take out stuff, because you can't get fully surrounded. They can't really leverage their entire army size. Like, we take shots, so the hounds obviously aren't as good in sieges, but the vampires are much better in sieges, and the crypt horrors are good in sieges. They don't have a lot of halberds or pikes or anything. They have a little bit. But the crypt horrors should do a pretty bang-up job against the great swords, I think. One, two, three, four. Where's my... I thought I had 5 vampires. Is one still over there doing growth? Oh no, there's the 5th one. Okay, so she's gonna jump in there now.
Ready?
All shall
If they come out to meet me in the field, then we get to use our hounds, they get to use their Empire Knights. Basically, if we siege them, then our heroes are going to be much stronger, and they don't get to use their Empire Knights, really, so... I feel like we could be... I just don't know how they kill all these heroes, especially the vampires. Like, the great swords are a good start. The banshees are probably pretty good against the great swords. Thing is, we don't have very high melee defense. Like, we have high physical resistance, but okay, I think that's all good. Let's go ahead and grab this for 8,000. Could wait until next turn to grab this. Then go ahead and move the vampire or the necromancer over to grab that. Probably go ahead and get a gibbet. Grab a gibbet.
What?
Is that for local province? Okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to save on the money, so we'll sit here for a turn. The next turn, we can improve that. Do I hit him with Vlad right now? There are 20 stacks coming back, so I'm not sure that...
The
that's something we want to do. Now, if they walk by Zufbar, we might be able to sneak attack them. We can just stay here and raid, I guess. And if they just dash next to Zufbar, we can attack them and maybe pick them off. This army's a lot weaker than the vampire army, obviously. But the Cryptors are still pretty good. They do have some spears. We can raise dead here and get some more hounds. I think the hounds are still going to be pretty good against them. We'll wait on that, though. I think we could bring him in, too. Let's go ahead and bring him, stalk him down here. And then if they come up right here, if they like dash to the Zufbar area, which they might, then I can declare war on them. Then they're gonna run out of this area, and then we can sandwich them, I hope. We can raise dead and pull up a couple of things we have to.
King of Darkness.
Okay, it's gonna be scary. I mean, if we lose our homegirl over there, it's not the end of the campaign. It's not great. We can bring all of those heroes back. They're just gonna start at a lower level, which was obviously not that great. But no guts, no glory. Okay, so they are doing basically exactly what I thought they did. Oh wow, they can run all the way around the garrison though. Jeez, there's Talbot. Oh, they came completely out of the darkness and could attack me from that far back. Oh, it's annoying. So I should have run my vampire up there. This is only a tier 1, not a tier 2, because I got kind of greedy. So it doesn't have the really good garrison. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I beat that. I'm just gonna... It's only a tier 1, so that's not the end of the world. If they raise it, that's gonna suck. Oh, they're just gonna take it, huh? That actually kind of sucks, too. But that's probably better than them raising it, though, honestly. So I don't have to spend the money to repopulate it. So Eshin has 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16. Maybe 16 on 16. This guy's on the weak side, though. I don't know. Decent units. Let's see how this fight goes down. The fight everyone wants to see down here. They're still in march stance, actually. I don't guess they could get out of that because I'm sieging them. I'm not sure. Are we looking on time? Oh, we're late. Have we already, we can't go over an hour 30. We're gonna have to do it next turn. Sorry, I don't remember if we got a really good fight in this episode or not. I apologize if we didn't. There's just a lot of tough decisions in management. But at the start of the next episode, we're gonna do this Overheim fight. It should be really hard, but hey, that's what we signed up for, right? We want a challenge. So, anyways, thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.